Alright guys, I'm going to show you the basics of assembling the different parts that you draw. We're going to do some from the book. What I did is I shared this folder with you, the assemble folder, so it should pop up in your drive. Go into it, same as the last ones we did. There are exercises and there are practices. We're going to do the exercises first. Each one has a PDF with it. It has a file with the parts already made. So again, kind of like on the other one where you just focused on the command, this one you're just focusing on assembling it. So I'm going to do the first one to give you the idea of what to do. All right, this is the PDF. Basically, it's a wheel bearing assembly. And I'm going to show you how to do an exploded view. Let me get back here. Alright, you're going to go to each part and you're going to download it. Now, I already have them. I just want to show you how to do it. You're going to do that for all of them. Once you have them downloaded, I'm going to go show in folder, then I'm going to open a second one. Alright, so I have duplicates in here because I used it for the other class. These are 11. You find where, there we go. So here's all the ones for the different drawings. I want to put them into my H drive. So what I'm going to do, if I select it, or right click I mean, and I'm going to send to, and then you should be able to select your H drive. Let me get the original one. Send to, again, you're going to do H drive. Mine, I have to go to tcommon. So you're going to do that with all the parts. Mine should already be over there. So what I'm going to do is new. Alright. So far we've only done a standard part in inches and a standard part in metric. Now we're going to do assembly. So it's a totally different thing. 3 options here. There's a mold design, a weldment, and a standard. Standard part, standard assembly. I will select that. It'll take a second here. And it should come up to a blank document. Loading, loading, loading. Alright, I paused it. You didn't need to watch the loading screen. It's up now. Again, this is the blank document. Nothing's there. You have your model tree over here on the side with nothing in there because we haven't put anything in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to place. I'm going to click regular place. And then I'm going to have to look in the other spot. Alright, I had to rearrange them a little bit. Go place. I have them saved in here. Alright, I'm going to bring in the base plate first. doesn't super matter which one you bring in first. Alright, follows my cursor around, click to place it, and I can do multiples if I want / need to. I don't, I just need one base, so I right click OK. Now, to keep this kind of locked in place, I'll do that step after I place all of them. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to do all the parts. I'm going to need an axle. Doesn't really matter where, I'm just going to place them for now. Bushing, I'm going to need 2 of those. I'm just going through my little shopping list of parts. Support, I need 2. Place, and last is the wheel. Alright, now everything's into the assembly. Now we just have to put everything together. Now you can move individual parts. You could spend hours trying to line this up perfectly, or at least close, but there's a different way of doing it. We're going to use 2 different things. We're going to use join and constrain. Alright, I'm going to show you constraints first, because I'm going to attach these supports to the base plate. To keep this base plate in one spot and everything kind of stable, I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to select grounded. That means is that piece won't move then. Alright, so click constrain. Alright, there are some different ones, different options here, different types. This one is mate, angle, tangent, insert, symmetry. For right now, we're just going to use mate. If I select mate, basically I'm going to tell it what parts are going to mate up. So if I'm putting this piece on here and I want it on this top surface, I'm going to mate this bottom with this top face. And it snaps to it. Hit apply. Now, all it does is align those 2 faces together. That's the only thing. We need to add more constraints to get it exactly where we want it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and do it with just one more constraint. If I select this curve, because I can just do a line, and I select this curve, snaps up. And that kind of accounts for 2 different directions that it could move in. So the face keeps it from moving up, down too far, and then keeping that corner line will keep it front to back and side to side. Click apply. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to do the face. I'm going to do the face. Alright, now it is facing the opposite way that I really want. So to help with that, I'm going to do it same basic way. Instead of the corner, I'm going to do this edge with this inside edge. Okay, it aligned it. So it shifted that over. Now, see if I can get it to pop over. Apply. And then reselect that. Alright. I'm getting an error. Sometimes that will happen. What can help is if I use free rotate and get it close to facing the way that I want. Get back out. Now I do constrain, face, face, apply, corner, corner, snapped it to it, apply. Now to line it up the rest of the way, go edge and edge. Alright, it's not moving. So if I come over here to the model tree, click on the plus sign, I have all my different alignments going. So surface to surface, I'm going to delete that one because that's trying to keep this curve in line with that curve. There, there. Alright, now I go here and here. I'll pop over. Apply, close that. Alright, next I'm going to put the bushings in. They're going to go in here. The flange part is going to be facing each other. That one, instead of constrain, I'm going to use join. So if I click join, does some of the same stuff, but it's a little more automatic. Alright, I'm going to select this outside circle, zoom in, and I get an option of this end of the circle, the middle of the circle, or this end of it. I want this end, so I click on that, come up here, and this is the same diameter, this circle. Again, 3 options, left, right, middle. I'm going to click on this face. Now flap around. Now it flipped this so that's interfering with the support. So let me flip directions. There we go. So that'll flip the component. This is telling me it's lined up. It's circular, it'll rotate around. It automatically went to cylinder. I can click that mark. That one's attached. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. This face, this face. And it snapped. This one went rigid. I'm going to change it to cylindrical. Alright, now I'm going to put the axle going through the bearing. I'm going to use join. Now, here's where I can tweak stuff. I forget how far it sticks out on the side, so I'm going to try it one way, then I can make adjustments if need be. I'm going to select this circle here. Alright, on that end. And I'm going to make that go to this inside diameter to this far side. And snap. Alright, so it is not centered up. Look like I have a gap. Let me change it to cylindrical. Alright, now I can create an offset if I need to. Let me surface that. Alright, so to get that centered up, because right now it's attached, bring that back. I'm going to undo the one I did. And now it's hidden back over here again. I will let me inspect. Let me get the distance so I know how much to offset. Alright, so this bigger diameter is 1.75 here, here to here. There we go. 1.75. Okay, so this distance, actually, the axle is running into here, so that makes it even easier. So I'm going to go back. I was in the inspect. You can't see it, but it's right above where my cursor is. I go back to assemble. I do join. Now instead of doing it by the end, I'm going to do this bigger diameter. Come back. Surface here, flip direction, there we go. Now it's all centered up. So I have the axle in, now I just gotta put the wheel on. I'm gonna do join again. This time inside, I'm gonna do the middle. I'll do the middle of that one. Slip, slip. And there we go. Green check mark. It's centered up. Everything's lined up. And we have all of those pieces in there and done. Let me double check. See if we need to put hardware in. If not, I'll save that for the next one. Nope, no hardware. So I don't even have to worry about that one for this one. Alright. I'm going to save. I'll call it size 11.1. If you get this, if you made any changes to components, you want to click OK. Well, yes to all. Alright, so this is all assembled. Now, to do the exploded drawing, I'm going to go new. Alright, so we've done assembly. Now I'm going to do a presentation. Select that. Alright, presentation. I'm going to click create view. And it's already open, so I already selected it for me. If not, you can click here and search for it. I'm going to do OK. Alright, now to do the exploded view, you're going to use tweak component. Now when I do it, I try and think of, if I was taking it apart, how is it going to come apart? So try and avoid running parts through other parts. Alright, so I click tweak components, I get this little pop-up here. I'm basically going to select the piece and then move it. So I'm going to take this base, I'm going to bring it down. So I'm going to click on the bottom here, then rotate it around. I'm going to click on the arrow and slide it away. Some distance, I'm not super worried about that. Green check mark, right? So that first piece is out and away. Tweak, I'm going to do the supports on the sides. If I click on this face, that will allow me to drag it straight out to the side. Green, tweak, face, arrow. Oop. Let me undo that. I selected more than one thing. Slide it out. Green check mark. Tweak component. And bring the bushing. Bring that. Tweak. And I'm going to slide the wheel off to one side. Alright, so that's my exploded view. Now the neat thing is, if I click animate and click play, it will assemble it for me. Bring it up. There we go. Let me save this. Yes to all. Okay. Alright, now to print it, I'm going to do new drawing in inches. I can incorporate the exploded view into the drawing. It'll take a second here. Alright, popped up. Right click on the edge, edit sheet, size A. Now I'm going to do base. I don't want the exploded view yet. I want the assembly. Alright. In the style, we don't want the hidden lines removed. We want to be able to see them. We don't want the shaded. So I'm going to click on this box. And then I'm going to rotate it. So that view is the one I'm looking at. It scaled it down automatically. This is a bigger part, so it scaled down pretty far. I'm going to adjust it just a little bit. I'm going to make it bigger. I'm going to go 2.5. Nope, a little bigger. 0.3. That should work. Alright. I have my front view. Make my side. My top. click, makes the drawings for me. Then I'm going to do a projected view, or no, base. Get ahead of myself here. Alright, it automatically did one straight down. I want to do it on an angle. Once I get it facing the way I want it to. Not that way, rotate, rotate. Let me get the far corner. There we go. Alright, right click, enter. I'm going to move that one up here to the corner. Now for that one, if I didn't want it in just kind of the line form, delete it. And I can do the hidden line removed or shaded. I'm going to do shaded. I'm going to make it the same. Actually, yeah, let's see if that probably be too big. I'll leave it the way it came in. Rotate it, get my corner, click OK, and click up there, and I'll have the exploded view. So that's how I'm going to have you print it. That way I know you have it assembled, I know you have can animate it and break it apart into the individual pieces.